Hey, citizens! Welcome back to the Shit Show. I am your host, Tiff. We have our host, Stan. And today we have another citizen guest of honor, Matt. Welcome to the palace.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I appreciate it. I get to shill some charity stuff that we're involved in while we're here. And also, I'm a renowned mover of bowels. So what I
We
do.
bring in the best guests.
Yeah.
And when we mean that, is those who shit the best, because that's all that matters here.
Mid 40s still regular. Can't complain, you know. Great.
Yeah, it was Tiffany's idea for the stool sample to get sent in before we let anyone on. So you can thank her for that one.
Yeah. I hope the package wasn't too big.
It was perfect. The bigger the better here in the Porcelain Palace. And
Right.
I mean, it's what's expected of our guests. We need a pile of shit, to dig through. As gong farmers, it's our passion.
There you go.
It's important to be regular.
Fiber.
Yeah. Fiber, yes. Matt, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves to our listeners?
Sure. I'm Matthew Sears. I am part of the board for the Dragonfall Festival Charity Foundation. We have a big convention coming up with several hundred people. That's gaming and festival centric. This year we rotated up. This year we're working with Feeding America, Extra Life, which is kind of an annual perennial for us, and the American Lung Association. So.
Woohoo! We love charity work, so that's awesome.
Yeah, we got the big event in 2 weeks, the first weekend of October, and then we in Illinois and Wisconsin do pretty much monthly little things. So yeah, whether it's like a little get together at a bar, or even things like X-Ray Arcade music thing we did at after party at Adepticon was fun. So we're branching out. We do all kinds of stuff. So
yeah, you had the one band that had they were, I'm gonna mess it up. Were they from Warhammer?
They dress like Warhammer 40,000 orcs. They're called Doug Goth Rockers. And then we also had the Eradicator on that bill, which he's been around for a bit. He does a skit from the first episode of Kids in the Hall that he's turned into a hardcore punk band with 4 albums now. So yeah, it was a fun show. Yeah, I'll let you know what weirdness we have next year. So
we love it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I want to party with some orcs.
It was a good time. Yeah. They're gonna be handing out promotional stuff at Dragonfall this year, so they'll be in costume, as it were. So I guess they're kind of the Warhammer 40,000 Guar. So
yeah,
I'm sure they're sick of hearing that, but
Oh, I'm sure. I did get to meet one of them at Midwest Gaming Classic this year. Yeah, in January.
Which dude?
I don't know, because they were in costume. So I just saw this orc and I was like, "You look amazing." And then he was telling me about his band. And then I later found out they were associated with Dragonfall.
It was good. It was a good time. We for that one we almost sold the place out. It was like 150 sold, but at like a 200 capacity. So it worked for everyone. The venue was happy. Our people tipped well, so the staff was happy. Everybody was polite and kind, and so that's a win for me, especially when you're dealing with the general public. So
that's true.
That's fair.
I used to work at punk venues when I was a kid, and I've bleached some of those memories from my brain. So.
We all have memories in which we wish we could forget.
There's advice to people. If people are having sex in the bathroom of the Fireside Bowl, like the dirtiest place in Chicago, don't try to get the bar door guy to go in and separate them. I was like, what do you want me to do? Just
ruin a good time, I guess.
There's no positive that comes out of that either way.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna catch whatever they're catching right now.
Let them finish. I don't know.
It'll be over soon. What's the max they could go? It's gonna be 5 minutes. It'll be fine.
The peanut machine has cockroaches in it. Like, why would this be an erotic place for anyone?
I think about how people, do things in certain areas all the time. Like in movies, you see people doing like cocaine off the back of a toilet seat, and I'm like, that's
Oh, like
disgusting.
I when you said that, I thought you meant at the movie theater, and then I
Yeah,
realized you meant in the movies.
Yeah. You just go down to your local theater and you go
I've
into the bathroom.
worked in a movie theater when I was young too. People,
I'm
it's a,
sure. I'm
yep.
sure it's any bathroom has been somewhat contaminated by that white
Yeah, no,
dust.
that stuff makes me itchy. There's like a hip dive bar in town that has like couches in it, and
Uh-huh.
people sit on them, and I'm like, that's how you get bed bugs. Like, what is wrong with
How
you?
do you...
Yeah,
That's how you
no,
get bed
there's
bugs.
No,
I've been in one of those that I'm like, I'm just standing. I'm not sitting on these
no.
couches have seen some stuff, and I don't want to be anywhere near it.
Oh man.
Gives me a visceral reaction thinking about it. Ugh.
Yeah,
Well, you know what? You could sit, but then you just burn your clothes off, like you take them off, burn them, and then you take a shower as soon as you get home, and then you're all good.
seems expensive. It seems like a really
Yeah,
expensive way to live.
it seems like a too high price to play for a hipster dive bar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
starting us off with a bang here, guys. Let's yeah. So
we love it.
where to
This
go
is what
from
we
here?
live for.
I honestly that seems to be the theme so far when we've had people on is we just get right into some weird shit right away.
Well, you're looking for weird shit. You got the right guy. So
We plucked the correct board member
mhm.
to bring in.
Yeah, I was. I definitely volunteered as tribute, and nobody was. Everyone's like, "Yeah, that's the right choice."
No, everyone was like, we accept your tribute. Oh boy. Well, I mean, I feel like the reason why we dive in so quickly to the shit is because I feel like the name, the Porcelain Palace, the shit show, people know what to expect when walking in. So I feel like
True.
everyone's opened themselves up already to just have a completely shitty ass time.
So,
So,
medical and legal advice from here on out, right?
yes,
We're doing.
only.
Mostly yes.
Well,
Only serious conversations.
I'll tell you about Roth IRAs for the next.
And everyone just tuned out.
There's definitely like one person who's like, finally, this
Yeah.
is the fucking show for
This
me.
is the
Yeah.
shit.
I'm not
We're
quite
gonna,
sure what a Roth IRA is, and I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about Vanguard investments.
Oh God, you're bringing me back to my banking days. Oh, I used to work in a bank for many years. I enjoyed my time with the bank, but it was a
That's weird.
circus. Most people, well, I think because it was just crazy 24/7. Like we always joked that there should be that carnival music, like
Mhm.
da 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 da, just playing on the overhead because I've had microwaves thrown at me. I've had people trying to jump over counters because we ran out of money. I've had, uh, crackheads dancing outside the windows naked. It was a good old time. I have a lot of stories from my days at the bank.
At least with Midwest crackheads, you know they just what they want most in their life is more crack. I spent some time out west, and with meth heads, they might just want to skin you. You don't know.
Ooh,
Yeah, they don't just want more
Yeah.
meth.
they want some violence?
They're living in a sunless realm at the time. Like they
Oh
are, yeah,
God.
it's bad. And
Yeah.
No, you're
also,
right. I think we should celebrate crackheads more often. They just want more crack. That's it.
yeah,
Yeah. It's an
We
honest living.
we don't need needle exchange programs. We just need free crack for crackheads, and then
Oh
problem
God.
solved.
What a
Yeah, then
what a sponsor to
pe
Yeah.
people see free crack signs everywhere. You just gotta ass this out though. It's not really what you're talking about.
And I, I
It's not the
got it.
worst thing in
I
the world.
got it in my head that the microwave that was thrown at you was a free microwave for opening a bank account.
No, it was so earlier that day. So we lived across the street from, or like we shared this alley thing with an apartment building, and the building manager had brought in like 20 some eviction notices. And so we, like notarized them all and sent him on his way. And we were like, oh boy. And then later that day, when everyone had received their eviction notices, it was anarchy in that little alley. And there was this one guy who came out into our driveway, where like drive through, and was like holding a microwave above his head, being like, "Anybody want a microwave? Anybody want a microwave?" And so I'm standing in the conference room, which is just a window, like all windows surrounding it. And I'm watching this guy with our security guard being like, yeah, we need to get him out of the way of the drive through. He notices us though, runs at us, and chucks the microwave at the window that me and the security guard are standing in. And me and her didn't even flinch because this is a bank and these are bank windows. The microwave literally shattered into thousands of pieces. Like the microwave stood no chance against this window.
That sounds like meth, not crack. Sounds like meth, not crack.
Well, that was a different guy.
Yeah, I know.
That was a different guy. That was a whole different story. But yeah, this guy, he's not very happy. And so we just watched him. And then he looked at us after looking down at the mess of the microwave because he was shocked that the window didn't break, I feel. And then he bolted, like he ran as fast as his legs could carry him. And we were like, okay, we're gonna have to go clean that up now.
You ever see the video of the bank teller in Asia where a guy's trying to rob the bank with like a big knife, like a piece of cutlery, and she's just like pointing to her coworkers and laughing because he's got like a butcher's knife like pressed against the glass, and she's just like,
Yeah.
take a look at this guy. What is this? Yeah, he did not get one won for that transaction. I can tell you that. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, to be that desensitized. I feel like this is not the first time that teller had come face to face with some aggravator.
No.
Yeah. Like she was.
No, that was probably just the most pathetic weapon she'd seen, and like, okay, like, come on.
Yeah.
She was like, "That's all you got."
Yeah. Go back home and bring a microwave. Come on.
Yeah. Telling you, bank life is not as cushy as people think.
I imagine.
It was a good time. It was a lot of crazy stories, but the thing I miss most about the bank is one, I loved my team, but two was all the crazy shit that I got to tell people about, because you say it and like, who would believe that to be true? No one. Who just could say, yeah, I've had a microwave thrown at me.
Tell you what, and this is something I always kind of, being on the other side of a counter in any kind of like working with the unwashed masses environment really teaches you how to treat other people for the rest of your life. I think it instills like a resolve and kindness and kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
patience that like, it's almost like in Norway when they make them go in the military for 2 years for no reason. Everybody should just have to, I don't know, work at a T-Mobile kiosk and get screamed at for 8 hours.
I feel like it goes one of two ways. It either makes you respect people more and just go like, okay, like, you know, everyone's having rough days now and then, or you go the opposite way and now you just like are fucking, I hate everyone and I want everyone, just go nihilistic with it.
All right, villain arc. But I feel like if that's what breaks you and that's your villain arc, it was happening anyway.
I was working in retail.
Yeah, you're just, yeah, you were already like one divorce and a DUI away from being that evil anyway, you know? Like,
yeah.
One divorce and DUI. In the Midwest, yeah, that does happen quite a bit. That's an average.
I feel like they go hand in hand often.
Yeah,
usually
probably.
I feel like the divorce would come first, but it could be the other way around
It
too.
could be the other way around. It could cause the divorce.
Speaking of DUIs, I had a dating profile thing where I put in as like fun fact about me. I was banned from Canada for 5 years, which did happen, and I'll tell a story. But well, apparently they share information where if there's people that are repeat offenders with like DUIs or DWIs or whatever they call it in your state, they share that between Canada and the United States, and Canada was like, yeah, you're problematic. You can't come here. So I was getting messages from women that are being like, did you just get a bunch of DUIs? And I was like, shit, no, I got to get rid of this question. The more boring reason I was banned from Canada was they used to have a law in the books if you play music up there. So my old band was playing in Toronto, and they searched our van because we looked like a bunch of miscreants. We found like minimal gear because we were just going to plug in, and we had like T-shirts and records, and then we made fun of the Mounties.
Oh.
Yeah, so they had us do they signed up some paperwork, banned us, and then had us do a U-turn, and then called their friends on the U.S. side, who then also strip searched our van for. So it was like a, yeah, we did not make
A
that
team
show.
effort.
We
You
did not.
made
Nice.
enemies. You made enemies.
Yeah, I should frame it, but I got a notice like 2 weeks later from Canada being, yeah, you don't come back till 2010, buddy. You're out. Time out. So
Oh my God.
yeah. hmm
Okay, you
And
got temporarily banned.
one of our guys didn't have like a current address on his
Mm.
ID, and like I think it was like the notice went to like his mom's house or something. So his mom's like, "You're banned from Canada. What did you do?" So
Don't make fun of them, you know?
It's
they
tough to
look
get banned from
ridiculous.
Canada.
They look ridiculous. You can't keep them. I mean, no, I'm not. At the expense of being political, I haven't had great tolerance for officers of
Oh.
in my life. So if you're wearing a goofy accent and also trying to be a hard ass, it's just hard. You know,
Matt don't got no respect.
yeah. I mean, if cops had to wear like inflatable T-Rex outfits, you'd give them shit too. And that's how silly a Mountie looks. You know, like
Honestly,
they don't like the
might
where's
make
Bullwinkle jokes. They don't like any of that, you know.
Hey, if I was forced to wear a uniform that made people make jokes, I'd probably get a little sensitive about it too.
Well, you mentioned the T-Rex outfit. I feel like that would actually make me come around a little bit because, like, I could enjoy them like chasing after someone. Like, it's like it's like
The
it looks
little
like something out of fucking
inflatable
Mario Kart.
arms.
Yeah, they're all riding T-Rexes around, just jumping over fences.
The dad from Step Brothers is chief of police.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he wanted to be a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yep. He gave up that dream. He could have been.
Could have
He
been.
could have been.
If you only knew.
I read that was all improvised, and I was just like, that.
Yeah. Apparently, like there was a few things in there that got improvised that, like, because everyone was just trying to keep up with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. So like everyone's just trying to throw out their wildest shit, and they like some of it stuck.
Yeah, I remember when that movie came out, and I was like, Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly from Magnolia?
That's the thing, like everyone I knew him as like a serious actor at that point. Like the funniest thing he'd been in is like Boogie Nights before that. Like
yeah, and it was like
and that's not even that funny.
No.
But like but yeah, that apparently that's a skill he's had.
Yeah. Well, wanting to be a T-Rex is not the only, like, Step Brothers is not the only movie to say that, like, have an actor decide that that's the direction they wanted.
You're talking about Predator? I'm a sexual tyrannosaurus or whatever you said, sexual tyrannosaur.
That's not where I was going, but that's amazing.
Ex-mayor, the Body Ventura.
Yeah. I'm wearing Ace Ventura right now.
Different Ventura.
It's a different Ventura. But you said Ventura, and it made me think of Ace Ventura. But Mr. Right.
All I got is a Donkey Kong. Well, Conky Donkey.
I've got a shirt that says "kill" with an angry dog on it. So I'm off theme.
The violence.
You guys are far.
Well, I got mine at Hoof Hearted Brewery. So Hoof Hearted. That's somewhere in, I think it's in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah.
I don't like to laugh, so you know.
Matt, I totally see that in you. I see the most serious man that's ever graced, my presence.
I feel like I interrupted your other Tyrannosaurus story. So
yeah, you're good. Anna Kendrick in Mr. Right.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm a motherfucking dinosaur. And then murders a man.
I saw that movie a while ago. I didn't retain a lot of it. It wasn't that great, but
I love that movie. I thought it was hilarious. This assassin, this hitman, falls in love with this really quirky, weird ass girl. And like together they are literal psychopaths and the strangest people you'd ever meet.
Good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, that was the Sam Rockwell.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'll add it to my letterboxd.
Do it. It's
Yeah.
good. I enjoyed it.
With all my serious Korean films.
Yeah, yeah.
I just used to impress people. Don't actually.
I don't try to impress. I watch a lot of movies. Like I've seen a very broad like I have a very wide spectrum in terms of what I enjoy. But to give you any idea of like my taste, my favorite movie is Rubber.
Oh, I think I saw that the music box.
Yeah, the homicidal
Yeah,
tire.
wanted a refund. So I think our paths change there. As far as that.
It's the thing is it's meant to be stupid, right? Like it literally opens up and says like this has no meaning. Any moment you're watching past this, you're wasting your time. In fact, why you're still watching this is a baffle to me. Like they preference it in the first 5 minutes of the film that this whole movie has no meaning, is pointless, and downright stupid. And so if anyone watches it beyond that warning, that's on them.
I try not to be too clever on the internet because there's so many people that are going to do it better than you. But speaking of Letterboxd, I think my review of Rubber was your mileage may vary. Left it at that. So,
Oh, that's good.
oh yeah.
I love that movie so much because I really enjoy the premise of whoever, like all these creators and these writers and these actors coming together to make something, because it's a big cast for something so insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the fact that they all came together and were so dedicated to make this film, it just I that is fucking inspiring. And that they took it serious. Even though it's meant to be unserious and like that's the whole point of it, they still brought like their game to it, which is just fucking fabulous. I enjoy every second of that film.
Yeah, if I was an extra in that movie, I'd wash out. I'd be asked to leave. Be fine. I'd be fine with that.
I don't.
Can I
I
not
just,
be involved in this project?
yeah, I just can appreciate the dedication that it would have taken. Because I've done a ton of, things where you're like, oh, okay, this is gonna be the weird ass shit that, and then it always becomes the best project because it was fun to make, and there was passion behind it because it was hilarious and it was fun. So even,
I get absurdism. I mean, that band, The Eradicator, I was talking about with the Kids on the Hall sketch. I mean, full disclosure,
right,
I played bass for them for 2 years. So,
right, there you go.
so yeah.
Yeah. So I like the weird and the goofy and the crazy because I feel a lot more love gets put, sometimes in behind it because it's the
I mean,
stupid thing that no one wants to watch, but you do because it's absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, comedy's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like I go, so my buddy owns a bar that does like a comedy night on Wednesdays, and everybody
Mm-hmm.
brings out their little notepads. And without a fail, if I go visit him on Wednesday, it's someone will reach over to you and be like, "Hey, are you gonna perform tonight?" And I'm like, "I'd rather die." Like, like, yeah, like, is it a vomitorium? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm like, no, 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 no. That just so I committing to the bit is something I do
Mm-hmm.
respect, and the fact that they got people to pay them money to make Rubber
Yeah.
needs to be a documentary in itself.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it got
but
finance. Like that's
yes,
yeah.
Yeah.
but so did The Island of Dr. Moreau, starring Val Kilmer. Like, yeah, there's been some
I mean, we
wild shit in film over the
we
years.
we
That's a
recently watched the new War of the Worlds movie and did
Oh,
a whole podcast about it because, I mean, that's one that exists.
have you
Definitely
seen it
you won't
yet?
like it, but it's worth watching.
I have not, and I think I get the gist from what I've seen that I don't need to actually mainline that into my brain.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
So there's a fly in here. I hate flies.
It's
I,
you gotta
coming for
flush,
your
man. You gotta
excretions.
flush.
yeah, I like to keep it clean. You know,
Oh, so you're a gong farmer in training then?
I guess so. This thing's gonna get obliterated though eventually. I'm just gonna. All right. I'll
Get one of
stop
those,
being
like,
distracted.
You have one of those like salt shooters, so you can just take it out.
I could just close the blind, but you wouldn't be able to see me as well then. But
Uh,
what did I just do? I don't need to talk to the Zoom virtual agents.
Oh wow, things are happening.
They're coming for you.
All right, what were we? New topic. What are we talking about?
Well, since we were on the topic of being a Gong Farm trainer, we normally ask our guests what your role in the Porcelain Palace is. And you can make this up, or it can be an actual, position that exists within a palace.
You don't actually have to do the work.
Oh.
I will put that out there. So you can just pick whatever you want to do, but not actually. Like if it's work intensive, you're good.
I'll replace the windows when people get defenestrated.
What would that be called as a position? Just so we can keep a note of it somewhere.
Oh, refenestrator?
Sure.
I mean, I'm pretty proud that came off the dome. So
yeah,
I'll take
yeah, that was there was no editing there. That was right away. So
yeah,
just so everyone knows.
It's the piss.
It's the piss you're drinking right now for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, it's influencing, it's enhancing the brain and the blood.
All piss and meth. So
we'll take a break for our sponsors. Piss and meth.
Yeah. Have you had your hit of free crack today?
It's important to do. And don't do drugs, kids.
I mean, I'd work there.
I mean, like some.
I mean, there'd probably be protesters and stuff too. It'd be fun. It'd be like,
definitely there would be, without a doubt. Do you guys remember your DARE officers?
I remember. Seriously.
Yeah, same. I remember like them existing, but also not giving a shit they were there.
As a child of the '90s, the just say no did not work out. That wasn't good programming. Yeah, and pretending like marijuana you could steal from your dad was gonna.
Oh God. Yeah, that's a less effective teaching when your parents are doing it.
I think I saw somewhere the DARE program actually led people to do more drugs than they would have otherwise because they told you about all the drugs and that they were cool kids were doing them.
It was the drug influencer, I guess.
Which pills in my mom's medicine cabinet will get me high again? Oh, thanks, officer. I appreciate that. Let me write that down.
Oh God.
Zoloft it is. Yeah.
See, I remember enjoying when our DARE officer would come in because it means that one, most times we were getting a snack, and two, we were probably going to be playing a game.
I mean, they're the equivalents of that at corporate life now. I mean, I before this call, I had a yearly brush up on my sexual harassment policy videos, and I was definitely playing PlayStation during that. I just oh no, don't bang your coworkers, cool, and then level up.
Don't be a shitty human. Done.
It's tougher for some than others.
Apparently.
The videos don't help those people, so it doesn't matter.
I have been approached at a company party to cheat on a spouse before, and I was just like, get your shit together, girl. Come on.
Did you work for a bank when that happened?
No.
Are you saying
I actually didn't even work at the company. I was just at the party.
I was just at the
That's why you were a safe choice. That's why you were the safe choice to go after, because they're like, oh, I'm probably never seeing them again.
Free agent.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the reason I ask is because apparently, I heard this when I was working in banking by a few people because I had worked at a few different financial places.
This is you trying to say this is not lived experience for you.
It is not lived experience. Okay, I don't have the balls or the gall to do that to someone. I think that's terrible, and you know what? People are gonna do what people are gonna do, but that's not what I'm gonna do.
So banking was rather erotic for some employees. Yeah.
Okay, and I understand because had I accidentally fondled some of my coworkers, absolutely. And it also happened to me. Yeah. Because you're in tight quarters, right? Like those vault rooms or like teller stations, they're like, you have to be like pressed against each other half the time to do anything. And but they said that in financial like services of whether that's like accounting, banking, whatever, that's where most affairs happen is people who work in that industry. And I
Well,
was like, I can see like why and why we also have the highest like amount of like sexual harassment claims is because we are in tight quarters like our entire day with people of the same and opposite genders.
well, now that I'm single, it's time for a career change. It seems. I mean, if banking's a fuckfest, sign me up.
It's some of those parties you definitely would be like, whew, okay, who's going home with who tonight? It's basically put your keys in the bowl.
I work in corporate America, and I once witnessed two coworkers getting in a fist fight over a lady that they were both having affairs with.
Oh my
So,
god.
yeah, it's weird all over.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
My
just a bad job by her. You can't let the worlds collide.
world's gonna die. Yeah, the time that I remember actually fondling one of my coworkers, it was very funny for both of us because we were counting the vault, right? So we're like where you see the end of my screen, there's two of us. So like we're pressed against each other both counting. And it's sharp and it's metal and whatever. And hear her go, ow. And my instinct, as I'm still counting, is to reach over to grab her elbow as like a comfort to her. Like that was my instinct. And I held it there for a second. I heard her laughing and I looked over and I just straight tit. Like I was just cupping her.
That's how I comfort women too. It's a good rule of thumb.
And I just burst out laughing. She's cut my ass plenty of times and touched it, so it was even scoring at that point.
When you said she said, I was like, how hard did you kiss her? Demon. Like did you tip a tooth in her or something?
I honestly don't know why that was my reaction. Like to just like I could have been like, "Are you okay?" No, my instinct, because we were really close too, so we were friends outside of work. But my instinct was to be like, "Let me comfort you physically," but then I groped her instead.
Lady crying on the bus, you grope her. Like
don't.
I'm not saying I would. This is your lived experience we're talking about here, as I put it.
Yeah, just trying to make people's days better.
I'm a blameless angel.
Yeah, that's that was when I was very that was very funny that it happened.
It's speaking of blameless angels and
blameless angels
and internet dating. I was just like, yeah, this girl was like, why don't you put that you run a charity on your foundation on your Hinge profile? And I was just like, because charity is like the #1 source of money laundering. like anywhere, like there's a lot of bad people. Like
that's
also, true. Performative male bullshit would be like,
oh yeah. You're like trying to show up. I care about other people. Yeah.
As I'm like pretending to read a book at the bar, like.
Yeah. I do see those videos on TikTok a lot of these guys who are just hanging out in the romance section in bookstores or sitting at a coffee shop with a book that they haven't turned a single page on to try to attract women. And I'm like, that is desperate.
No, you gotta go erotic fiction because that way like people
that's
are already
that's in the romance section.
There's a difference.
No, they're in the erotic is in the romantic section. The romance section. Icebreaker, you're gonna find it there. Have I actually read that book? No. But I do know it's very popular. I think it's about hockey guys.
I'm trying to meet girls at the incel section. It's not working for me.
Matt, I think I know where you went wrong.
Just a lot of guys.
I mean, when you're in your 40s, you just pretend like it's voluntary. Just lean into that.
Hey, 40-year-old virgin,
I mean,
keeping
that
your
dude's like
purity. You want to
that dude's
save it
like
for marriage.
that dude's like painting miniatures and collecting figurines. It has a Dragonfall component there, and
There you go.
his life was fine. You watch that movie again, his life. Nobody needed to bring him a box of pornography. Leave him alone. He did
You know
not.
what's not cool, Andy? Trying to give your friends a big box of porn.
Yeah, it's never worked out for me.
I feel like what's the equivalent now to giving someone a box of porn? Just like sharing a porn website? Like no one
I guess
has that much physical porn anymore. I don't think that they would have to hand a box to anyone.
Yeah.
I,
I
I
don't
used
know.
to
Sending a bunch of links.
I won't get too crass with this, but when I was in my band days, I used to own a Dodge Ram van, and it was great. I had a little, we had a bunk bed. We put the drums under it. It was just long enough that I could designate it as an RV, so people behind the driver's seat could drink. Like we were same band that got banned from Canada. Anyway, we would hit garage sales if we were bored, and one guy was selling a big old box, 40-year-old virgin style box of pornography. And I can't remember who in the band bought it. Don't want to dox them. But they bought it, and then I had a little TV with a VCR in it, and they kept putting it in there to make our like road dude uncomfortable because he was like a super shy wallflower type.
Oh.
You gotta cut out like so. Then we just blew them up with fireworks because we were so sick of his shit.
Yep. Blew them up.
Yeah, which turned into a fireworks battle. So. You gotta stay entertained. We were broke. Like we were camping instead of staying at motels.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
One time I woke up in a tent with a tarantula on my chest. Like it
That's
was
fun.
yeah. It was one time we in like the Pacific Northwest, a guy we knew took us to his sister's anarchist like Ewok forest home.
Love Ewoks.
And we
I'd
stayed
go.
with these people like literally just had tree huts.
That
And
sounds like Oregon.
I want to see this place.
yeah.
It's like the Ottomina clan in my first book. I literally like made it to kind of look like the Ewoks, like with the bridges in between the platforms and the houses and the trees. That's how I made it.
I have no idea where this place was in Oregon, but
I'm sad.
it could have been in Washington. I can't remember.
Oh.
But it was somewhere up there. I don't know. Because of bands, I've been to 48 states and I remember 12. So.
Well, smoking all that meth,
Well,
taking parts of your crack, I don't know. I don't do drugs. I don't know how to administer them.
I mean, I can tell you, I've seen people smoke meth in a after party in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, out of a light bulb. So,
what?
Yeah, people smoke meth out of light bulbs. Speaking of Oregon, if you go to Portland to go to a dive bar, some of them have their light bulbs are in cages and they're also black lights.
Shut up.
Two reasons. Hard to find a vein in a black light, and you can't steal the light bulb to smoke meth out of.
What a fact.
Yes. So I like I said, we're gonna do financial and legal advice. So bringing the knowledge. Don't do drugs, kids.
Yes, don't do drugs.
But if you open up a bar where people want to do drugs, black lights inside of cages.
There you go.
If you find drugs, children, give them to a responsible adult like myself. we will dispose of them safely.
In the only way.
It
You're
gets
not
them off the
supposed
streets.
to flush it down the toilet. Man, so New Girl, if you've seen that show.
I've heard of it.
There's an episode. There's an episode where Jess thinks she has crystal meth in her closet, and it's like this giant bag, like bigger than her head.
No fun.
Yeah, and so the cop is coming over to do an interview on Winston, who is trying to be a cop.
And it's one of her roommates, if you ever watched the show.
Yeah.
I've cohabitated with a woman who watches it.
I love it.
Okay, so you know
that's my extent of my knowledge.
Yes, and so she's trying to figure out how to get rid of the crystal meth, and so she starts like trying to flush it, or put it down the shower drain. And when that doesn't work, she starts trying to flush it down, the toilet. And it comes to find out they were just like aquatic rocks, like that you.
They're like aquarium pebbles.
Yeah, like you would have an aquarium. And she's like, I'm on meth. It's seeping through my boob skin. She's like face down on the carpet, and she's like, when you're on meth, does your face get scratchy when it touches a rug?
I may know someone who accidentally did meth who thought they were doing another drug, and
What?
it ruins
That's
the
more
rest of your day. I mean,
Yeah.
not my day. Wasn't me. Speaking of it not being me, it lasts like 9 hours.
That's a long time. I feel to be inebriated.
Maybe this person who I may or may not know might not have had a tolerance for it or something, but no, it if you think it's something else, and then you do the equivalent of what you would do for that something else, and then find out it's actually meth, your day's ruined.
Ugh. Yeah. Also, feel bad for them for accidentally taking the wrong thing or being given the wrong thing. That's not very fun.
Well, I don't want to get too much into druggy stuff.
I think that's been 80% of the show. Listen to your dare officers, guys.
No, fuck
Don't
that.
do drugs, stay in school.
I mean, I have more drug stories if you want them, but I don't think you
No.
No.
Oh man. Well, do we feel like we're ready to do a porcelain confession?
I mean, is it like truth or dare, or is it like...
No.
It's she has a tiny little toilet, and we're gonna bring that out. And it has some kind of topic that I'm gonna give Tiffany all the credit on here. She thought of all of these. If they're terrible, it's all her. If they're great, it's all her. But
I don't know. I don't know if I have anything that it's like I mean, I've already said some weird shit, so
This is a good one. Which conspiracy theory do you kind of believe?
oh man. I don't want to do anything, nothing recent. You should preface those like at gaming conventions, we've got a rule where you can't wear military outfits from a certain time period.
Time period.
Someone's going to show up as a National Socialist, and then I have to remove them physically. But
it's a mystery what you're talking about. No one could ever guess.
I mean, I think conspiracy theories are funny.
Most of them are hilarious, and if you take them serious, yeah, wow.
I took a JFK assassination class in college.
Uh-huh.
And the professor day one was like, people were like, "Oh, what do you believe in?" He's like, "If I told you, that would be all of your essays." But like, what?
Ominous, what?
Yeah. What do I actually believe? Okay, I mean, it is recent, so I mean, I think there might be some motion to that. Epstein didn't kill himself.
Oh God.
I think where that's recent, and it's inflammatory. But and I'm not one of the I'm not QAnon or anything like that, but it's weird.
It's a little weird for sure, especially since now it's been determined that there was no child trafficking. So what's killing himself about?
Yeah, it's that was all a Democratic hoax.
Apparently.
But it did happen. But 6 months ago, it was definitely happening, and then it became a hoax at some point in time when it became.
And I think the other one
problematic.
If there was ever any hacking of voting machines, it was by Elon Musk. Is my other one.
Yeah, no,
I'm inflammatory.
I hate to be on that. I hate to be in conspiracy land, but like it becomes more and more realistic the more people look into it, and I hate it.
And then chemtrails.
Yeah. Chemtrails?
Chemtrails is funny.
Okay, so tell me about the chemtrails conspiracy though, because I've heard a few different versions of this conspiracy theory. And so which
a prevalent one is that it's literally chemicals being distributed by the government to like coddle us and turn us into cattle. Like make us more benign, subservient little guys. You know? Because that's how human beings are. We're just
We're just little guys.
yeah, none of us are absolutely fucking insane. So like if the chemtrails thing is real, it's like, well, maybe they got a point, man. Because if this is like us, like relaxed and like Xanaxed out, like what are we like? Like, like we're before planes were like, I mean, shit was pretty wild. Got a lot of
Yeah.
Wild West, Genghis Khan stuff going on. Like
Hmm.
is that, but also the world is a burning cesspit right now. So the
Yeah.
chemtrails ain't working.
No. No. And
Chemtrails.
also, like, you think of all this stuff in history, it's like, oh, all this crazy shit happened. It happened over a really long period of time. There was so
Hmm.
much nothing in between where people were just like sitting
Yeah.
around dying. Uh,
I
Sitting
mean,
around dying.
the term "may you live in interesting times" was a curse on
Oh
people.
yeah. No
Yeah.
one wants to live in interesting times. That's a terrible, terrible thing
I
to be
think
living
chemtrails is
during.
a funny one because it's not as absurd on its head as flat Earth, you know.
okay.
That
But
one is very absurd.
I have a friend that we pinned as we've determined that she is a flat earther, even though
Shut
she's
up.
not. Just because she no, but like she isn't. But like it's not you. It's not you. It's a friend of mine from college, and at some point, like we found something with flat Earth, and she like made a joke about it, and we're like, "Oh, you believe in that?" We're just stuck with it. She's like, "No, I don't believe it." And so now officially, she's flat earther and
Mm,
following her name. I won't dox her either. But
yeah.
I've gotten her like gift with like flat Earth stuff, and she hates it so much.
That's actually really funny.
I my favorite thing about flat earthers is when they argue with people and they like in their argument like prove the curvature of the earth.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah,
why are all these planes not going in a straight line? Like, no, they're following the curvature of the earth
yeah.
Yeah.
on that
How,
diagram.
how
Buddy.
about the guy who like made the rocket at was it California or whatever, and like he was like, "I'm gonna prove it," and he
Oh
like
yeah.
shot it up, and he was like, "It's a little curved."
It's a little curved. I seen the one where they purposely like did a test where every like 10 meters they had this tiny hole in a light, like a flashlight and a camera on opposite ends to be like if it's a flat earth, then they're going to no matter the distance, they're going to be able to see the light through the hole. But then they got to a certain distance and then it wasn't there anymore.
Also, that could be defeated by hills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's not the smartest. Yeah, none of it's the smartest.
Yeah, they did. They went to a flat plane. Like they measured. It was like a kind of controlled environment in terms of that. But I thought that was very funny. They're like, "Oh, huh, that's odd." And we're like, "Is it? Is it odd, or is it because the Earth's round?"
What I found out recently, which sounds like a conspiracy theory, is after Illinois, the flattest state, a state for a man who hates heights, great state. Florida comes in number two. That sounds
What?
like something you've made up to attract old people who are also afraid of heights. But like,
It's just on average, like because like yeah, there's definitely the Everglades.
Yeah.
yeah, on
Like yeah,
average,
that's weird. Okay,
maybe
Yeah.
because it's so big and like the northern part is pretty
that's got
I
damn
to be it.
think
flat.
I think Nebraska or like the western middle states that
Can
no one knows the names of. I feel like those would
Kansas.
be flat. Yeah.
It's not flat, Tampa, because number five in strip clubs. I went
Oh
out
my
there
God.
recently and with some like friends of mine. One of my buddies moved out there, and he just missed his old friends. So he was sent out an obvious group text to everyone, people he only knew for 20 plus years. And I committed to a bit the entire time that I couldn't read. So I'd point out every strip club and be like, "What's that say?" And it 2.5 days I did this. There are
2.5
so
days I did this.
there are so many. I mean, number one with a bullet is Portland, Oregon, but like
I
uh,
thought it was is it Houston? I thought it was like the strip club
it's in
capital
there.
of the
I
United
looked it up
States.
recently. I think Houston's like three.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Portland, Oregon,
Important to know.
I went with an ex there, and she wasn't an ex at the time, but um, she's not a woman who would want to go to a strip club. Like, and
Oh,
that's
why
fine.
not? You get a
And
show.
strip clubs are fucking lame anyway.
It's kind of just I've always thought like they're kind of I've gone a few times like my buddy's like we gotta go because we just want some. I'm like
Why?
yeah, for me it doesn't make the night better. It just makes it creepier. But
They get worse as you
this,
get older too. I mean, like,
I
oh man, no, ooh, yeah.
I feel like it's a very odd concept to begin with. Like let me go publicly ogle these naked women. I think is a very odd thing. I mean, there's male strip clubs as well, and I think that is equally as odd.
Not our scene. Yeah.
But you know, to each their own.
Good to be
I
down
I
there, yeah.
wonder.
I wouldn't be offended going into a strip club if like my friends were going in. I'd be like, I'd probably just compliment the women and be like, you you know, you're
On
very
the
beautiful.
topic though, like,
Congratulations.
do you think like male strip clubs have the same, like, like you just like know for like, cause I don't even know how I know this because I guess people tell you or you see it in movies and TV, but
We
like,
know
you,
what
like
Dan does in his free time.
Outlived
the
experience. You're like, I didn't take the
like the
meth.
afternoon like the Tuesday afternoon shift is like sad. Like, do you think
Yeah,
it's like
like
that at the
who's
male
going
strip clubs
in?
too?
Who's going in? So from what I've seen of male strip clubs, they're normally very performative. Like in terms of it's almost purely a stage and the men are just doing routines and
Yeah,
that's it.
I know someone
It's
who
like a
went to one
talent
and yeah,
show.
like they played like John Lucas Star Wars music,
Mhm.
and a guy came out with like a Yoda pouch over his dick.
Yoda's an
Like
interesting choice there. There's a lot of
it
choices.
is.
Yoda's an
Well, I
interesting
mean,
one.
It wasn't you could have gone a lot of ways with Star Wars, you know, lightsaber, you know, like
I mean,
you do a lot.
women like funny, you know. But to
That's
go back to
true.
that story, so my partner at the time was like, "That looks like a cute cocktail bar in Portland," and I was like, "Cool, let's go in." And about 5 minutes after we sit down, we order our drinks. A woman goes up, plugs in her iPod, and then starts disrobing to, of course, Courtney Barnett. Like it's,
Yeah.
yeah, like she's listening to like female-oriented indie rock, and then just starts stripping, and we're like, everything's a strip club.
Everything's a strip club.
Like it did not, I didn't see any signage that was like, hey, guess what? Titty show coming up.
Is
And
it is it
yeah,
possible
like
it's just her decision? Like it was not actually the theme of the
Maybe she
place. It's
wanted
just
a
she.
show, you know?
like literally I asked, and they're like, oh yeah, they just come in and work for tips. Like it's like a volunteer strip show. It's an open mic stand-up of strip show.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I was just like,
Yeah.
all right,
I
well, I have to avert my eyes because I'm with my partner a little, I'm not
yeah.
gonna be like, doing ogling these women, but like this is a very great cocktail I'm having.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah. Wow, look at my food on my plate.
And we went to like a Chinese restaurant afterward, and I was just like, where's the tits?
Disappointed.
What's on here?
I've been in contact with a lot of strippers in my life working at a bank. I actually went over to one of their houses one time because we became friends.
Did you console them by groping them?
I did teach one of them
I'd
how
like
to
to
do the
make a
splits
deposit.
though.
Oh.
They didn't know how to do the splits, and I was I used to be a cheerleader. So it was one of those things that I was like, oh, I can easily teach you how to do the splits in a week. You got this.
That might get them up a promotion. You're bumped up to Friday nights now. Here's your cheerleader outfit.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
nice.
no.
I like her a lot. I did get told once by one of the strippers that, would come. They had the nicest money, by the way. I loved when the strippers came in, and I purposely would take their money. I'd be like, fuck all you. You guys can take the gas station people's money. That's disgusting and like covered in cocaine and filth. I wanted the
you like your
strippers' money.
singles to smell like Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, they smelled so good.
And full of
And
glitter.
they cleaned them. So
So
like
less
they
glitter,
would
just still smelling like Bath and Body Works.
no, like they would purposely clean their money and they would like bind it by the like either by the hundreds or if they were larger bills, they would go to a larger decimal. But I was like, I'm taking the strippers' money, and so I became friends with all of them because they're just really great people.
I want to preface
Got
this
big
by
hearts.
I've been in strip clubs 5 to 10 times, and most of the time under duress. It is not like a weekly event for me. But
Sure, Matt.
I,
Sure.
I did have a friend of a friend that his wife was a stripper, and he's like, let's go into her work, and I was like, that's weird, man. And I think I said that's weird, man, like 6 times, because she came up, she's like, oh, it's nice to see you. She's like, can I get you a dance? And I was like, not for, you don't mean from you, right? And she's like,
No.
oh no,
Yeah.
oh no. And I was like, okay, oh no, but no, thank you, but I had to know you did.
Yeah.
That wasn't like no, okay,
Yeah.
because I
No, thank
understand
you,
that
but
it's not
also
like an
thank God.
actual sexual act with your buddy's wife or whatever.
Oh my
But like at the
God.
same time, that would have it could very well cross a line. You know, you're
I
getting
would
into a
say,
gray
I'd say.
ethically. I think it's a little gray area. I think.
A very dark gray.
Getting dark. I mean, they got divorced like 2 years later, and she threw a brick at his head. So I mean,
Oh, well, you know.
Sounds like a lovely lady.
it wasn't a healthy relationship anyway. So I don't. Maybe I could have just sped things along and
Sped
gotten my
things
ass
up,
kicked.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, she didn't happen to have a microwave go missing at some point, did she?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Oh God. Well, okay, back to the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
There is one that I do believe, and I fight for it.
Is it the birds are fake?
No.
All the
Do
birds
I
run on
think that
batteries?
there are robotic birds? Yeah, 100%. Do I think all of the birds? No. Is dragons? I 100%. They're real, without a doubt.
Well, there's a cool place right outside of Lexington, Kentucky, where you can go see the Creationist Museum. It's not dragons per se, but it's a bunch of people cohabitating with dinosaurs.
Oh well.
They have a museum that they also recreated the Ark, like Noah's Ark.
What? Oh
It's
wait,
real
I
big.
do know this place.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, if you want to see a dude with a saddle on a dinosaur, which is like, dude, the guy who wrote Dinotopia should just be suing you. Like they should be sending a cease and desist at that point. But no, they're serious about that. But yeah, for the sake of Dragonfall, I'll say dragons exist.
Well, okay, in my head, right? Dragons could easily have been dinosaurs, right?
I believe that in your head that's true.
I do. Well, yeah. Well, think about all
In your head.
This is what gets me. All these different cultures from all over the world prior to us like cohabitating with each other have depictions of dragons. And there's similar stories. It's like, okay, maybe these things actually did exist at one point. Because like how crazy. And then also, you know, I do think dragons and dinosaurs are essentially the same thing. They're reptiles, and we had dinosaurs who could fly. So
I'm gonna performative mansplain right now.
Shut.
I am so sorry. I apologize. I apologize in advance. There was once one big continent that broke up into all these continents.
Pangea, yes.
Yes. And there was dinosaurs and there were bones, and those bones had been there for millions of years, so they still found them in the 1400s, and then they were like, what the fuck is this? And then they were like, it's a dragon.
It's a dragon, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, I also know that we haven't discovered an entire dinosaur before either. We find very few bones of dinosaurs, and we just make up the rest.
You know what? In South America, they were ahead of the curve because their dragons had feathers. They were ahead of the curve.
True.
They were ahead of the curve. Yeah.
Yeah. So. But I mean, I want dragons to be real because I think that's just really cool. Now, I don't believe they were fire breathing. I think they were just dinosaurs, but I think dragons were dinosaurs.
Does that make them not dragons?
Movie? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, does that make them dragons if they don't breathe fire? It kind of
not necessarily, because depending the type of dragon in fantasy, it not all do breathe fire or acid or ice or whatever. There's a lot of different types, but there's some that are like wyverns that are just flying creatures, but they're considered a part of the dragon family.
D&D, they have 2 legs instead of 4. Mm-hmm. You ever seen Rain and Fire, the Viggo Mortensen, Matthew McConaughey movie? Where,
yeah, Rain and Fire is great. Yeah. I remember that back in the day. Yeah.
Somebody finance that.
Yeah.
Take my tax write-off for this thing.
All right.
They used to just make anything. Like someone would just come in with like any fucking idea, and they were like, we'll fucking make it.
I miss that about
$50 million at it and see what happens.
Why don't we still do that?
The mid-market 90s $30 million theatrical release does not exist anymore.
No.
No, it doesn't. I've
been watching, like on YouTube. I've been in this hole where I keep coming back to them, and this guy makes these videos. He's like, 10 movies that flopped in 1998, and you just go through them and you're like, oh yeah, I fucking remember this one. It's like it got made for $60 million. It made 15, and that's
Ultraviolet.
why those aren't made anymore.
I
Ultraviolet,
miss
put it
those
out.
movies.
Get it out now. You know,
Yeah, the superhero movies were so profitable automatically that they just made everyone not want to make anything but superhero movies and or scary movies.
Or heists. There's so many heist movies. It's crazy.
and they tried Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies several times, and I still haven't gotten a Krang spin-off TV series, and that's criminal.
Lock
You gotta
'em
write
up.
it. Write it and just go up to Netflix and say, hey, you guys want more fucking content? And they'll be like, sure.
My pitch
We'll buy it. What is it?
Well-
Krang's a late night TV host. Print money.
Yeah, you'd be shocked how many scripts do get sold to Hollywood. It's just most of them are never made. So Hollywood does have millions of scripts sitting on the shelves, but they purposely buy them so other people can't make them. So indie studios can't make them.
They're like De Beers hoarding
Yeah.
diamonds and pretending like they're valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're dragons themselves. They like to hoard.
Yeah, and then they will make some. They'll make movies and then just go, we're not releasing it because now it's a tax write-off, which is just insane. That's actually better for them financially to not release the movie they've made for $60 to $100 million.
Oh God, like the War of Worlds coming out 5 years later.
Yeah, they made it during the pandemic. That was really the problem with everything about that movie. Is they had to repurpose everything they wanted to do for the fact you couldn't get the actors in one spot.
It is not the only thing wrong with that movie. No one had. There
I
was
didn't
no
say only.
fact checker. There was no fact checker.
It's what causes all the problems that end up happening further on because they're just making shit up. They're like, why does this exist then?
I don't know.
First
We'll
idea
just
wins.
make it up.
I have a friend who watched it and who said that basically if someone just like took the script and paid someone $100 on the Geek Squad at Best Buy, that they would have been able to do a write-up.
No, because the Geek Squad would actually know how technology works.
Yeah, it would have been like,
oh, that's true too. Yeah, there's a lot of times you're like,
you're like, that's not how data. That's not how data works.
I haven't seen the film and I don't plan on it, but do they use the term mainframe? That's what I want.
I think they probably do at some point. It's not a term they use often if they do, but I could see it.
Yeah,
I could see it.
Mainframe is so glorious.
The very, very short of it. Spoiler alert. So just think it like 40 seconds ahead. The aliens, the big monster things or whatever, have come to Earth to eat data because they just eat data. That's what they do. So they've been attracted to Earth because we have so many data centers for them to come and eat.
So they eat pornography.
Yeah, they eat.
That's one of the things.
They eat porn. They eat Facebook. They eat. they eat everything.
It's one of the more asinine fucking just goals of an alien race I've ever seen.
I mean, it would be great if we got invaded by aliens who came and just ate 4chan and 8chan. I think that would be.
I mean, they want to take like Facebook with them, they can. start offering them more platforms.
Yeah. Dan, you didn't tell us what conspiracy theory you believe in.
What I actually believe in,
you can kind of believe. You don't have to be sold 100%.
That's why I brought up the birds thing before, because that's just a fun one to talk about. The people actually think that like all of the birds in the world died like when Reagan was president. They replaced them with battery powered birds.
Yeah, but do you believe it?
No.
This is a confessional. It's not about what's funny, so you believe.
No, for me, it's like more of the recent like election / all the weird stuff that's going on. I don't really think I believe anything.
Yeah, I already bumped everybody out and got you guys some bad comments.
Yeah.
Hey, you can edit that part out where I was just like, yeah, real life events or.
If you want us to, we will. But if not, like maybe like get people like interacting and listening. We don't care if it's hate listening. Go for it.
I want everyone to have a good time.
Maybe that's what they enjoy is just hate listening to things and hate commenting.
Well, a lot of people do. Rage baiting is a real thing.
All right, commenters, hate fuck us.
No. No.
All right, I'll speak for myself. I won't use
you can rage fuck Matt all you want. I don't want that attention. Going to in-person events? No, thank you.
risky endeavor for a lady.
Exactly. I don't want that attention.
I have actively not used your name once. So
It's important.
yeah. Yes. I don't understand how women haven't cloned men out of existence. And I'm saying that as a lesser demon in the pantheon. We're weak. Yes.
I had was it a movie? I can't, sometimes I have dreams and sometimes they feel like movies. And so sometimes I think it's a movie, but sometimes it's just a dream. But there was a movie, whether that's in my head or in real life, where it was just women and uh all the men had died from this like virus or something years and years and years
Cool.
ago. And it was just all women, and then a man was born, and it was like like everyone freaked out because they're like, what is this thing?
All right. So was that the premise, kind of the premise for the movie Hell Comes to Frogtown with Roddy Piper? Because he's the last man who is like can have kids.
Oh, what? I have not
Sort of
seen
like
that.
and he it's called Hell Comes to Frogtown because there are frog people. And
Okay.
he has to
That
pick
makes
I
them
like
up.
that sounds cool. Frog people.
You know what?
It's not good.
It doesn't. I'm gonna say it doesn't sound like it was a theatrical classic,
No.
but
Yeah.
I'll you know what? I'll use something more enlightened. That's also very close to the premise of Ursula K. Le Guin's novel, The Left Hand of Darkness. I think people are all born female and they could choose to transition to male if they wanted to in their 100-year lifespan in a utopia that we will never reach.
no, utopias are kind of just impossible because
Yeah.
no one's ever gonna get on the same page. So.
There's no way.
I get so mad at Star Trek these days. I'm like, what's this post-scarcity shit you're trying to talk about? Like, we wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah.
No.
I could
No.
yeah.
Nah, utopias are really interesting. I feel where utopias exist, dystopian exists on it's a very thin line, I feel, because I feel like someone always has to be, like you said, there's no way all of humanity just suddenly becomes on one page. That means at some point there was oppression on one side or the other. And so I feel like utopians and dystopians exist within the same coin.
Well, yeah, but dystopias are more possible because they don't take everyone getting on the same page to fuck everything up.
Well, there's like The Giver, right? Where it, or what is it?
Yeah, I mean, you basically show why utopias aren't actually utopian for everyone.
Utopias, yeah. Like a lot of them start as this premise of a utopia society, but then it turns out that, oh no, it's actually just all oppression and classism and all that. And then it breaks it down.
I used to be part of a little game company that was doing a post-apocalyptic like war game, like a little skirmish game, and wrote a bunch for it. And when I was like, as you were going through Wikipedia, just like Googling what a gibbet was, because it's a post-apocalyptic scenario, I would just sometimes type in like FBI, this is for research. And then
I've done that before too. Like if I'm playing like Xbox like with some of my friends and we're talking about some shit that's like really bad, I'm like, by the way, if you're an NSA agent listening, we don't mean any of this seriously.
Yeah.
We were just our last guest that we had was Jerry Shepard, and she's an author, and we were talking about how incriminating authors' Google search history can be at times, especially because recently her and I have been writing a lot of horror. And so I was like looking up, I was like, how long does it take, for human blood to solidify? Or like, how long would it take to drain a person's body of blood?
Yeah. After I had my vasectomy, which more men look into that. Birth control is a terrible fucking thing for women. Just do it. You don't want a kid, just get that done.
Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
$75 copay and a bag of frozen peas.
It's Michael Scott.
Yeah.
No, but that was bad because he had a vasectomy, it reversed. He had another vasectomy, had it reversed, and had another one.
Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
So my partner at the time was watching SVU because
Bum, bum.
boy, do women love SVU.
Hey,
like
we take all that violence internally and we watch it externally to make ourselves feel better.
she yelled at me from the other room and is like, "Hey, did you know you don't leave DNA at crime scenes anymore because of your vasectomy?" And I was like, "Alexa, strike that from the record." Like, like, no, I did not. It was not.
Strike that from the record.
Also, what are you talking about? That's not the only source of DNA.
I understand that, but
Yeah.
from FDU's
God.
understanding, seminal
Right.
fluid does not leave as much
It's
DNA.
a sexual crimes unit,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's not like
And
you
I was
go
like,
and you
no.
rob a bank. It's like, well, the robbers, didn't see their faces, but they came all over the place.
I was like, no, baby, my blood will be under their fingernails.
Don't you know that the only way to commit a crime is if you ejaculate, okay?
That maybe
the only
it's so
way.
it's possible. Maybe committing crimes is so euphoric you can't help it.
Well, for some people, probably,
No.
That's why, there's different types of
that would be
serial killers, and some of them is for erotic reasons.
Honestly, that's a movie I think I need to either make or see. Is just some criminal who just, when he commits crimes, the biggest problem is he just completely can't help himself and just
He
fucking
combusts.
leaves DNA all over the place.
There's a graphic novel called Sex Crimes that's about people when they have sex, it stops time for about the duration that they had sex. So they start like banging and robbing banks and shit. Going back to banging and robbing banks.
So like what? Like
everyone lasts 1 second.
Yeah, no, I'd have to commit like mini crimes, but no, never mind.
Matt's incriminating himself right now.
So, also on my Hinge dating profile.
That's amazing.
What's dating me like? 23 hours and 57 minutes of free time.
Yeah. Just just watch the Porcelain Palace episode. Just have a link to this show, and you're like on your Hinge profile and be like, this is the summary.
Yeah, hopefully we haven't said anything cancelable other than
no.
Except that we believe that the birds are all cameras.
You believe in dragons.
Yeah, like
you're like, well, how did
we're canceled by the flat earthers, people.
How did Noah's Ark get all the way around Pangea?
Well, it's actually tougher if you think if Noah's Ark went all the way around the disc than just the flat Earth.
How high is the dome? All the birds hit the dome on the flat.
That's why they just randomly show up dead on the side of the road.
Migration got off and they all just splattered.
Oh God.
So in Argentina where the world ends or whatever.
I think the more as far as how stupid it is, because it's obviously the dumbest fucking thing. There's the people who draw it with Antarctica just circling the entire crust, kind of like a pizza looking thing.
Well, that's how they make it look on maps too, though. Like they make it look.
Yeah, if you're stupid and you think the map is what.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like
I think they take it. I think they take it literally.
I mean, our current map is garbage anyway.
Oh.
Hello, the map made by whites. Here you go.
It's a Europe-centric map because that's who was making them, and Africa's about twice the size it shows up as there. Yeah,
and like the size of everything.
The
size of everything isn't accurate either.
The further you get away from the middle, the worse it gets.
Yeah, it's not a sizable
because it's used
comparison.
To make it into a rectangle for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it was made by people who ran out of room on the paper and interest in any of those countries.
Well, if I had to map the entire world back in the day when you were first doing it, and that meant you actually had to travel, I'd probably fuck it up just a little bit because satellites didn't exist. So there's no correction.
I think we'd be talking about you instead of people like Galileo Galilei. I think.
Yeah. Well, I think they would fuck up too. I think any person who couldn't fact check themselves.
All things considered, he did a really fucking good job.
He did.
We knew back in times where you think, they probably had no sense of technology or anything. Like people knew a good general idea of how big the Earth was, except for Columbus.
Well, yeah, I feel like how we discovered
that dumbass thought it was half the size.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of crazy when we think back to the beginning of science and all of that, because how were they figuring this stuff out? And without the technology
Astronomy.
to really, yeah, I mean, obviously their theories were disproven and
With that,
updated as technology went on. But I just think it was really interesting how even from the beginning of time we tried to understand the world around us. I always think that was really cool.
Yeah, and also the worst thing that Christopher Columbus did was being
Well,
bad at cartography.
we
being a
don't
bad
talk we don't
cartographer
talk
was
about that man anymore.
I didn't say that was the only thing. It's just what made him a moron in that capacity.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
the world? Everyone in the world had agreed how big the place was. They just thought there was a lot of water that way,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
he was
yeah.
like, "I'm just gonna bring a whole crew and kill him," and got lucky as fuck, and then did some terrible, terrible, awful things.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's
for
why we'll
sure.
celebrate him soon.
Just a tiny
Again.
bit.
best thing that asshole did was get me up school in elementary school.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, Matt, it is time for the final push. Why don't you go ahead and let our listeners know anything you want them to know about Dragonfall?
Well, you can go to dragon-fall.com. I'm sure that's in the description, so just forget that I said that. We do, and then you can sign up for our newsletter. We'll tell you about our events. That is probably the best way to be informed of them. I'm sorry to give you another email, but we only give you so many. More in the fall. Weird. And we like I said, we're a charitable foundation, so we collect the money and disperse it to the charities. We are a 501c3. If you'd like to donate, we do a lot of raffles. If you'd like to donate like sealed items to us and stuff like that, I know many nerds have that unopened pile of shame. I will take that from you. So if you want to know my address and dox me, it's also a great way for the people that are commenting stuff.
We'll put it in the description.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're primarily Midwestern, Illinois, Wisconsin. And so we do like to do some national stuff as well as like when we work with Extra Life, it'll work. Lurie's Hospital in Evanston. I forget the name of the hospital in Milwaukee that we work with sometimes too.
Freighter?
It could vary.
Or Children's Hospital.
Well, even though it's going to money, I wouldn't give it to a children's hospital. I don't like children. I give them the charitable dollars so I don't have to interact with them, basically.
Matthew.
So I mean, yeah. So Extra Life is a perennial person.
Yeah.
Anyway, and also, like I said, we're doing Feeding America this year. I think that's going to be growing importance. They got a lot. I don't know if you've read the news, but I think they're having like a good 40% layoff, and they're a great.
Oh, wow.
They're a great foundation. They lost a lot of their federal dollars, as you can imagine. So anyway,
my aunt, for any of you who are in Wisconsin, in the Harmony Grove Lodi area, she actually runs Glow, which is a partner of Feeding America. Oh. And if you check out Glow, you should be able to find the dates of when they have their food drives, which I believe are once a month. So.
No, fantastic. Yeah. Everything helps. I think charity, especially in these times where a lot of people are getting the rug pulled out of them, is an unfortunate stopgap that we have to fill ourselves. And so give me your money and I'll give it to good things. I made a joke about money laundering before. I am very much in the red in this endeavor. Yeah. It is not a money-making scheme for me. We post our financials at the end of the year. We all pay for our own hotels. We all it's not one of those kind of organizations. So we're nice, we're lean and mean, and trying to do the best we can under the circumstances, which is what my therapist tells me we should try and do.
So guys, make sure to check out Dragonfall, the charity gaming festival in Lake Geneva. It's hosted at the Grand Geneva Resort there, and it happens October 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So when this is posted, it'll be the week of, or I believe the week of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It starts on the 3rd of October, 2025.
Yeah, this will be out before then.
Perfect. So everyone...
We, at the event, and I'm sorry, we do have free things if you're in the area. You can come check out our vendors. We've got free demos of stuff. There's a raffle you can participate that does not require you to buy a badge. So if you just want to check it out, let's say you're going to Lake Geneva for their Dragon Days thing that's going on, come on over and or any of our events. It's really only if you're participating in a tournament that you would have to pay to get in. So,
yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
No,
Come check it out.
that's the whole point. Yeah.
Yeah. This is your push, right? So you shut me up anytime when you're wanting to brag about you.
My roommate is complaining about the amount of raffle items this year. It's pretty thick. So
Oh, jeez. Well, we really appreciate you coming on, Matt.
We need one more thing. You're forgetting.
I always forget this. I'm so sorry.
Yep.
You got the stool sample already. What?
Yeah, no. While that could be the answer to what I'm about to ask, we basically, as someone who's in the guest stall, we're trying to gather a bunch of items to fill out the guest bathroom. So far, we have monogrammed hand towels and perfumes. Is there anything you would want to permanently leave? You don't actually physically have to do it. An imaginary thing that you want to leave in the guest bathroom for the next infinity amount of guests.
The things that are surrounding me right now are skincare products, and
It can be anything.
And
It can be
gin.
anything.
Skincare products and gin are what's in my bathroom right now.
So gin.
Yeah. I will bring you a bottle of gin and sign it at
I'll prop it up right here.
I've been asked to sign things in the past when I was in the game company. They look to buy the book, and that'd be like, "You're devaluing this. Like resale value is going down."
Oh God, Matt, you don't have to physically bring us anything.
Yeah,
but
No,
we will
it's
have
better.
in our.
but if you give her a bottle of gin, she has to put it behind her for the
I will
episode.
have
'Cause
to.
otherwise, what the hell? That would just be rude.
Yeah, I would have to display it at that point.
And it better slowly decrease.
It's just every time we record, it just gets less and less.
A few months from now, she's just drinking it during the podcast.
Yeah. just popping it and just going like that, and then we're good.
I said I'm gonna bring you gin, but I'm just gonna sign a light bulb.
That's probably even better. Can you put it in a little
Is
cage?
it black light or?
I'll bring you the cage and everything.
Yeah, perfect. You know me.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful.
Why is her lighting purple now?
Gotta watch the episode.
It's so she doesn't smoke all the meth.
I had black light when I was 13 and lived in my parents' basement. It was so lame. So lame. I mean, now I have lights that I can go on my phone and change it to any color.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bisexual lighting. It's like purple. It's bad. It's bad.
Goes for anything, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Matt, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a blast. And thank you all listeners for tuning in for this week's episode. From our bathroom to yours, we will see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
I apologize again. I don't want to get too much into druggy stuff.
I think that's been 80% of the show.